It said, add friend. Hey guys, welcome back. First off, I just want to apologize for how disgusting I look right now. I put my hair up in, I guess you could say space buns.
Girl, those are not space buns. I don't know what you're talking about, but those are just buns.
Because I wanted my hair to be curly for work today, but I didn't end up going to work today because of this story time. As you guys can see from the title of this video, today's video is going to be something very different, something new, weird. I've never done a video like this. I've kind of always wanted to do videos like this. And I just want to start out by saying, no, I'm not turning into Gabby Hanna. This is not what my YouTube channel is going to be all about. But I kind of want to incorporate videos like this into my channel because I think it'll be fun and it'll be fun and fresh and fruity and fun and fresh. So I'm really bad at telling stories or talking in general because I think I have a speech impediment and I pause a lot and I stutter. So I cut a lot of that out for you guys so that you guys don't have to, witness that. But it does happen. So I'm going to try to tell the story the best I can. But in order to tell any fantastic story, you have to start from the beginning. This amazing story starts about 2 weeks after I got out of a relationship. My dear friend Skylar was talking about different dating apps, and there was this one in particular that I kept seeing ads for. If you guys don't know this app, it is called Bumble, and Bumble is obviously a dating app. But yeah, I downloaded said dating app, and I made my profile, I set everything up, I set up my interests, and I put, my bio, bunch of pictures, typical dating app profile stuff. So within not even a day of having that app, I'm going through matches and I come across this one guy and he was, I thought he looked good.
Yeah, that was real convincing.
And I didn't tell him this because I didn't know how he would react. But I don't care anymore, so if you're watching this, which I know you probably will, even though you unsubscribed to my YouTube channel, which I'm glad you did because you don't get to deserve to watch this ugly piece of trash. I actually didn't mean to swipe right on his profile. Bumble is just like any other dating app. Swipe right for a match, you swipe left if you don't like the person. I should have swiped left on this person. I'm swiping right. I should have swiped left. So I accidentally swiped right on him, trying to swipe down to read his profile, but I guess I accidentally swiped right. But I noticed that this person matched with me, so it was a match. And obviously, because nobody likes me, I got excited and was like, okay, my very first match. Let's go. So me and Sky had a meeting that day, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait and see if this person messages me, which, spoiler alert, he didn't, which was red flag number one. If the person you match with doesn't message you within an hour, it's not meant to be, honey. Just leave that person. But anyways, so I went to the meeting and then I decided to message him an hour later. And then within a few more hours, he messaged me back and was like, hey, what's up? Throughout the meeting and when I came home, we spent pretty much the whole night talking. And I got to know him very little, but the next day, we kept talking and everything seemed fine and normal. He wasn't showing any signs that he wasn't into me or anything. So I just kept going on how I do when I like someone. I ended up liking this person slowly. Again, it was from blind love. This is my blind love story, okay? So within 4 days of talking, I think maybe it was the second day, I don't freaking know. This relationship happened very quickly, which I do not recommend. Do not move fast because this will happen. You'll find out what happened. Within I don't know, the first few days of talking, I finally asked if he had a Snap because I don't like messaging on the dating app. I actually like messaging on Snapchat because Snapchat is my most used social media other than YouTube. But so I asked him and he's like, yeah, he gave me his Snap, I gave him mine, we added each other, and then we started snapping back and forth. So not even within 6 days of talking, we already start bringing up a date and going on a date. Now what makes this even better is this person is the only person who is actually from Oregon. If you guys don't know, I live in Oregon, the state of Oregon. I'm an Oregonian. I found out that he was from Oregon as well, so I was like, okay. And then I found out he lived not even an hour away from me, so that made things a lot better. So we started talking about him driving down to meet me, because obviously I don't drive, and he did. So that was what decided. We decided that we would go to a city 25 miles away from me, just kind of hang out. We planned to go to the mall and whatnot, so that is what we did. So we did that. It was not fun, if I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't that fun. We didn't really do anything. It was kind of awkward, if I'm not gonna lie, because there was a lot of awkward silence. We did that. We got boba, which was okay, because I love boba. I will say, if you are watching this, I do appreciate you getting me addicted to boba, because boba is one of the best things on earth. So thank you for that, but for everything else. Anyways, so he ends up driving me home, and we end up planning a second date. Which, if I'm being honest, I should have just blocked him after this first date, which he didn't even consider it a date, because he himself said that this wasn't really date material, which it wasn't. So, like, red flag number 2. Anyways, so we end up going on, like, a few more dates, and then we actually end up, like, hanging out. And during that hangout session, we started cuddling and watching a horror movie. And then in between cuddling and watching that horror movie, I look up at him, he looks down at me, and he goes, you know what, screw it. And he kisses me. I've known this man for not even a week. And we've already kissed, we've already been on a date, three dates to be exact. And then later that night when he brought me home, he said, and I quote, "This might be a bit premature, but I love you." Red flag number 3. No, red flag number 4. Him kissing me so early was red flag number 3. I'm just blind. I was blinded by love. Obviously, because I'm blinded by love, I also say I love you too, which I shouldn't have, because obviously that led to this. But he takes me home. I end up falling asleep. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, time goes on. We continue talking. We start saying we love each other more often, which should not have done. Again, I do not recommend moving really quickly in relationships, because you'll end up like me and just being heartbroken, which I wasn't actually heartbroken by this relationship. You'll find out why. So anyways, I end up changing his name to his actual name in a greater than and 3 heart, because we use that a lot. So then we talk some more, and then Thanksgiving rolls around, and we ended up making plans for Thanksgiving. But guess who canceled on me right before Thanksgiving? This bitch. Not me. The asshole that I dated for not even a month. I got disappointed, obviously, because when I'm in a relationship, all I want to do is see the person and talk to the person, which clearly that's too much to the men that I date. They just think relationships meaning you can just say you're in a relationship and you can put any effort into it. So thank you, boys who I dated. You guys are all calls. Anyways, so I get disappointed, obviously, and then we start talking about Christmas, because after Thanksgiving, obviously, the next holiday is Christmas. It's December 11th tonight. The relationship ended last night. That's amazing. I'm filming this 2 days after my first official day of being single is when I'm filming this. Anyways, I keep getting sidetracked. So we start planning Christmas. We end up planning that I would come down the 19th after work, because I had talked to my boss and I took Christmas Eve off of work for this man. I originally worked half a day on Christmas Eve, but now I don't. So, thank you for that. You make me do all the work, and then you just leave me. So, typical love story, am I right? Obviously, I'm still in school, if you guys don't know, and my winter break officially starts the 20th, but it actually starts the 17th, because that's the last week before school. So that was the whole plan, was he was going to pick me up the 19th after work, and then I was going to go down and spend a week with him, and then we were going to drive back down to my friend's birthday, which is the day before Christmas Eve, which, girl, if you're watching this, I'm still going. Well, isn't this awkward? I'm not posting this before Christmas, I'm posting this after Christmas, so, My friend's birthday already happened. It is the 26th, so it's the day after Christmas. So just thought I'd clarify that. So yeah, I continue watching. So that's nice. But he will not be joining me. So anyways, just one less person you have to feed. Am I right? Right, ladies? All right. So that was the plan. I should not have, got my hopes up for this. I didn't have anything else to do for Christmas. I still don't have any plans for Christmas, which I need to fix because I'm not spending Christmas alone. Little did I know I actually did. Up until now, the 10th, everything seemed fine. This man showed no sign of not being interested. He showed no signs of regretting the relationship. He showed no signs of wanting this relationship to end. So come December 10th, he was driving his parents or his family up to Portland so that they could leave because his parents were leaving him yesterday and they would be gone till the 27th. So he was going to be alone through the 10th and 27th, and then I would be with him the 19th through the 27th, or 26th, I can't remember which day it was, but I don't care enough to remember. Everything seemed fine. Like I said, he wasn't showing any weird signs, there were no red flags, nothing. So the last thing that I heard from him was him saying that he was driving home, I think, and then he said, "I love you." He said, "I love you." He said love you as in L-U-V-U. He said that a lot. But red flag number 5, if you can't spell out I love you, you need help.
Girl, what are you talking about? You need help. You look like a psychopath.
Come an hour later, I hadn't heard from him and I was talking to Sky, and then I realized it was like 10 o'clock and I hadn't sent streaks, so I go to send streak. And you know how Snapchat will show your like top, I think 10 best friends? I think there's 10 of them. But your top friends will have a little list, will be at the top, right? When you're sending someone a streak. Your friends will be right there, your top friends. Well, I had 10, and I noticed that there was one missing. And then, as I looked closely, I immediately noticed...
Because you're a psychopath?
That that guy was the one that was missing. So I started panicking because I actually cared about him that day, which I don't anymore. I send streaks, and then I scroll down, because obviously since I just sent streaks and I didn't send him one, he was at the very bottom of my streak list. So I swipe up, I'm scrolling down, and I see him. It didn't look like he blocked me, it didn't look like he unadded me, it didn't look like anything, but then I tap his Bitmoji, and guess what it said? It said, add friend. Last time I checked, we were already friends on Snapchat. So then I get really confused and I start panicking. And then I immediately went and snapped Sky and told Sky what was going on, and Sky was like, that's weird, what the f*** going on with this guy? So then I immediately tried to text him. And with iPhones, I don't know about Androids or anything, because I've only ever had an iPhone. So with iPhones, when you message someone, no matter what phone they have, when you message them, it'll say delivered. Then underneath the message, it'll say delivered if it went through. Well, the guy had an iPhone. It was an old iPhone. He had the 8. And so I was like, what is going on? So then I immediately try to call him, and it takes me straight to voicemail. So then, obviously, because I'm determined to never give up and stupid, I try to FaceTime him. Doesn't pick up. So then I go back to Sky and I tell Sky what was going on, and Sky was like, okay, you need to forget about this man. Thank you, Sky, for literally being the only person to be there for me while I was literally panicking my off. So shout out to you, girly. I will leave Sky's channel down in the description. I then go onto Instagram and I look on his profile, and I go through his following, and I noticed his following hadn't changed. He only had 29 followers, and it was only following 28. I go and check his profile, and I realize that not only am I still on his followers list, but he's still following me. Dude, if you're planning on just blocking someone out of a relationship, you might want to remember to block them on everything. Okay, I even checked Bumble, which I found out that I forgot that he deleted Bumble and deleted his profile. So, so I messaged him. At first I was all calm and like worried. I was like, hey, what's going on? But then, because I'm an impatient bitch, I only waited 11 minutes and then I went off on him and sent him a little paragraph explaining how I felt and how he was literally just like all of my exes, which he was. He used me. He did this as a joke. I have no doubt in my mind that he was already in a relationship when he was with me, if that's what you want to call this, was a relationship, man. But yeah, this is just another story on how another toxic guy used me. So yeah, can't wait for the next one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I guess from what I can take is that I'm just gonna be doomed to only being left with the toxic men. I'm just a toxic magnet. I attract the biggest douchebags of men. So, I love that. Anyways, this was kind of a weird, interesting video. It might be a bit more on the shorter side, just like my last video, which was my Goodwill haul. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching that because I think that I like those videos, you know, showing what I got. I did get this from Goodwill, so it's a huge oversized hoodie. Ooh, you almost just saw my nipple. But yeah, I am very curious if anyone else is like me and who struggles with like dating, because it's not me. I'm not like a horrible person. It's the men I date who are horrible and awful and disgusting and pieces of trash. I guess from what you can take from this video is that men are trash and men will always be trash and women will always be superior than men. Women, I love you. Men, you're trash. You can unsubscribe to this channel. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If for some reason you did, you can like it. If you didn't, I highly recommend you dislike this video because I'm gonna personally dislike this video as well. So you can subscribe if you want. We're on the road to 100 subscribers though, so that's fun. I will be doing something special once I hit 100 subscribers. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.